Sticks and stones will turn to, but I got words to hurt you. So save your bullets, 'cause I'm fucked. What'd you guys do? Oh, I don't believe it. Can you believe it? Why'd you do that? Why do you guys... Yeah, you. Why are you freaking out over this shelf I just put up? Can you just relax? It's a shelf. Why do you dismantle it every time I come home? Okay? Leave this guy alone. What's his name? Hold on. Leave Ying alone. I'm sorry, Ying. I bought you because I thought you would help Ukraine, okay? And now my cats are bullying you. You little bullies. Fuck you, Tolls. Fuck your lamb. Fuck you, politicians. Fuck bigoted traditions. Oh no. Fuck you, politicians. Fuck beauty competitions. Fuck bigoted traditions. Fuck beauty competitions. I really hate that shit I do, and if you don't hate it, fuck you too. I'm sorry. I love you. Sorry, I'll be back. Why did I hit that button? I'm an idiot. That's why. I know, baby girl. I'd be so stupid. Okay, I gotta finish this because I gotta torture myself. Sorry, I'm coming. I mean... Never mind. Okay, hold on. Hi, babies. Are you guys gonna make me food or what? Can I get some food up in here? Can somebody give me some food up in this house? Rice? Another salad sandwich? I'm so tired of my salad sandwich. Phoenix, you've done been through 13 years of this. You know I love you every time you ask, but can you use open mark as a zero sometimes? Well, it's fine. You know what? Nobody made me dinner. Nobody made me dinner, and I got home, but it's okay. I'm gonna make myself dinner. Yeah. Shit. You got sticks and stones to hurt you. But yeah. You got sticks and stones. I forgot the song. But I got words to hurt you. So save your bullets for yourself. Alright. I'm trying. I'm doing my best, okay? Yes, baby girl. I am. I am. I am. And I'm so cold. There you go. Little baby kitties. Get some heat. And... Alright. Okay. Now I'm ready. Sorry. Oh, God, my neck. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, hi. Sorry, it took me a second. Nobody's here anyway. But, I'm so cold. Why am I so cold? I'm freezing. Are you gonna help me? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Why are you so cute? Oh, that hurts so much when you do that, though. It just really hurts. Yes, you're a very sweet girl. Okay, and I'm wearing all black, so yeah, you're gonna get that hair all over me. But anyway, so we're back, and not only do we have, we got 0. Look. Oh, you see yourself, huh? Oh, I don't think she liked that. I'm sorry. Oh, Phoenix. I'm sorry, she walked right up to Phoenix, and he went, meh, and punched her in the face. But hi, how are you guys doing? I'm just really cold right now. I don't know why. And I'm hungry, and now I have a job, so life sucks ass, you know? I also have I have 2 pimples. 1, 2. It's like Orion's belt on my fucking face. Well, I got a 3rd one down here. But anyway. I forgot to put all these up. I forgot to do this all week. Yep. I forgot to do this all month. Sorry. My bad. Anyway, so, where were we at? We were at... Oh, I'm sorry, my neck is killing me. Oh, hey, somebody else followed me. How nice. That's so nice. Caramella. Ooh. Oh my god. What is that bar? That candy bar? Caramello? Caramello. I used to eat. It's just chocolate with caramel inside with the little blocks. They used to be my favorites for a while because I could eat chocolate, but it would make me very sick. So I tried to avoid things with lots of chocolate. So Caramello. Caramello. Thanks. Anyway. No, why do I do this to myself? Sorry. It's so bad for this guy. What the fuck? This guy was alive right there. Alive. Right there. You see him right on my page. Look. Alive. There's light reflecting off of his fucking eye. Alive. This one ain't even open. Blood still drying on his goddamn shirt. Oh my god. I can't even. This one is the one where we talked about, if you haven't been here, I don't even want to go over it because it's just fucking traumatic for me to talk about. His fucking family. Oh, it makes me sick. We're gonna have to start back a little bit, even though it kills me. Oh my god. They kept him for like 6 hours that he could have been at the hospital. At least from the moment they would have known. In the police car for 4, doing nothing while he said his head hurt. Look at him! The EMS came and took the poor deceased girl, which was his girlfriend, out of his house, and he thought she was asleep. Just watch the previous video. Please don't make me say it again. Please. Just don't make me say it again. I can't. I really can't. It's just so messed up. I can't do it again. I don't want to. And you know what? I don't want to, so I'm not doing it. We're gonna start here.
Why do I care so much what people think about me? I think I'm gay. Where can I go to, talk, I guess? Specifically about queer stuff.
She wants to say something dumb.
Here's a popular recipe for seared duck.
Oh, shit. I called that. They don't understand me because I have, like, the speech pattern between, like, a girl and a boy, I guess. And nobody understands what the hell I'm saying. So, yes. I get you, girl. Even though you sound like a normal person.
Doors, a vinyl slider that entered into the kitchen, and a single door that entered into the...
Okay.
Searched, have I heard a story where an officer saw an unresponsive body inside a house during a welfare check, and then spent nearly an hour getting a search warrant before entering the home. There's a...
That's insane. Honestly, if they knock on your door and you're sitting there and they can't wake your ass up and they see you on the couch, I know from personal experience. You don't want to have... Sorry, I can't talk. I was going to say you want to know how I know but I don't know why. Ex-boyfriends. But it doesn't matter. They've come into my house just because one door, not even the screen door was not open. It was just unlocked. And they've come into my house. Whatever. It was my house. Not his house. My house. And they've still walked their asses right into it. I wasn't there, so I guess I didn't really care that much. But I did care at the moment, because what the fuck? People come into my house with guns. I don't know these people. Why are they coming to my house with guns? So I'm just saying, the only reason I would want anybody that I don't know to come into my house that has a gun and a taser and weapons on them, that I have no idea who the hell they are, I don't care if they are police or not, is if somebody's knocked on my door and somebody is sprawled out on my furniture and not responding and waking up. Yes, open my door, because something's obviously wrong. But otherwise, that's not what happened in my case, obviously. As you can tell, because how pissed I am.
Another hour, Ryan could have been at the hospital being treated.
Yeah.
I've written about a case where officers smelled something funny during a welfare check, so they entered the house.
Might be gas.
Then they still didn't rush in to attempt to save the unresponsive person they had seen through the window. They called out a department locksmith to pick the lock on the front door. When that was unsuccessful, they moved around to the back of the house.
They couldn't pick the... You want to know what? This might not be good for me to say, but when I was 14, I went on YouTube and I Googled how to pick a lock. First thing I learned how to pick a lock on easily was a padlock. Second thing was a door lock. Third thing was I had a storage unit with my ex, and he had a regular lock, which I picked off easily because he wouldn't give me the key to it because he was being a little bitch. And my diplomas were in there from my college and everything. So just don't trust anybody. They can turn on you in a dime. But shouldn't trust his ass with the key. And but the storage unit it's like a circular looking padlock, so it can't be cut off. There's no room to cut it off with the bolts, I mean, but for some reason I tried to pick it and I could not. As far as I remember. Yeah, because I never got in. And I think that was the reason.
House and tried to pick a lock on one of the back doors. The house had two back doors, a vinyl slider that entered into the kitchen, and a single door that entered into the master bedroom. When police started trying to pick the lock on the back door, Ryan heard the noise and opened the door.
There's now 10 police cars on the scene and a helicopter flying overhead. And they go into the house and...
I'm not blaming this guy, but where the fuck was he? He said that they were supposed to come over for Christmas dinner. And that's his dad, Ryan's dad. Heather is Ryan's girlfriend who was dead on the couch, who they saw her body not responding. Ryan answered because he noticed all this shit finally. He was asleep because he got shot in the face twice, which nobody noticed.
For the last 53 minutes, hour or so, I'm crying thinking that's my son's body that they see. Right. And they go in.
I would be breaking a window. Do you think I give a shit? Honestly, if my cat was in a car and the door was locked, I honestly don't give a shit what's happening. That window, annihilated instantly. getting a baseball bat, a pipe, anything, going, climbing in. I'm good. What the fuck? I'm sorry. Dude, why are you thinking for an hour that might be your kid? Don't let police talk your ass down. I'm sorry. I don't care. I'm going in there. Give me something after the fact. I'm saving my fucking people.
House, and well,
I don't want to blame
3
them,
minutes
though.
later they
I
come
know
out with
shit
somebody in
happens.
handcuffs, and I
I
wasn't
know.
sure with my son, because after they made us leave the front of the house, they put crime scene tape up from the house on either side of him. He's at the very end of a cul-de-sac, so we were maybe 50, 75 feet back, and I was on one side of the cul-de-sac and his mother was on the other side. And as they're bringing this person out, I could see the side of whoever's face, whoever they were bringing out, I could see there was damage to the face. And his mom that was on the other side, she said, "That's Ryan." And so as they put him in the police car, I
He
tried to
didn't
go into the
fucking
police
know.
car, and this officer comes up and he says, "Don't you dare go near that car." And I'm crying. I'm saying, "Sir, I just want to see if my son's okay and what's going on." And he yells at me, "We're doing an investigation. You stay away from that car." And I tried to take another step towards the car to go see him because I'm very upset, obviously. And the officer steps in front of me, chest bumps me, and he says, "Take another step, take another step."
I had to punch him in his fucking face. I don't take to authority very well. I am the type of person which, to me, sounds, if you look at my view, it sounds correct. I'm sorry, it just does. I'm a human being. I'm an animal. We are animals. All humans, animals. Same as cats, same as dogs, same as anything on this planet in a lot of ways. Just DNA-wise even. Look up our DNA-wise. Connect your DNA to a fucking cat and see how much is the difference. Connect it to a monkey. I mean, the only thing that we have better going on for us is that we communicate better and have a little better brain power, even though whales actually have better brain power than us, but we don't understand them because we are actually idiots in a lot of ways. But anyway, someone tells me, no, I don't go based off of authority. I go based off of respect, because authority means nothing to me. I don't know you, and I think I've had a hard time a couple of times in the human world that we live in because of it. But no, I don't go off of authority. I don't. I go based off of respect. The respect that you show to me, the respect that you show are just putting out. I mean, to me, I don't know. I mean, empathically, you can just tell what a person is putting out. So I don't care who you are, what your job is. I treat everybody the same way. Doesn't matter. Circumstances vary depending on the circumstance, but I don't care if you're a policeman. I don't. I think I have like 4 tickets just for having a no inspection on a car. It is a long story. I bought a new car, but it broke down a month later. It really sucked. But it was like an engine issue that couldn't be fixed ever, even though it was a beautiful car. I wanted it so bad. It sucked. But I kept getting pulled over driving my old like beater car, which I'm still driving, and for no inspection. It had a lot of stuff to get fixed. Obviously, that's why I bought a new car, but didn't work out. And so I got pulled over a lot. And I talk to the cops like normal people. I don't act like they're any sort of fucking way. And I've never had a problem in my life. Ever. They treat me in a weird way, they will get treated as if they're weirdos back. Simple as that.
And he's taunting me, and here I'm crying. I'm a grown man. I'm crying because I worried about my son. So
Yeah.
I step back and I'm thinking, okay, I'm not going to go to jail on Christmas night, and he's in the police car. So about 5 minutes later, a fire truck and an ambulance pull up, and they go into the house and come out of the house maybe 5-10 minutes later, and they drive off, and Ryan's still sitting in the police car, and nobody looked at him. But I'm thinking, well, that's a good thing. They're not taking anyone to the hospital. I don't know Heather's dead inside the house at all. I know nothing like that. But they drive off, and then I get an officer's attention, and I said, "Sir, will you please just let me see my son? I want to see if he feels okay." And he says, "Your son's fine. He just has a black eye."
The paramedics went directly into the house and confirmed that Heather was dead.
Now.
They didn't check on Ryan at all. They just got back in their vehicles and left. The Wallers were told to go home because it would be hours before they would be able to talk to their son. Ryan had been...
Just because they thought he was a fucking criminal. Just because they thought, oh, he looks like a criminal. Circumstances, seems like it might be him. What the fuck? I'm sorry, but like, what in the actual fuck? This, you can tell he got shot and didn't even... He just went to sleep. Watch the original stuff. I can't even go back on it. I can't.
Handcuffed and placed in a patrol vehicle at about 1 a.m. He sat there for about 4 hours until the lead detective on the scene, Detective Paul Dalton, told an officer to take Ryan to the station. He was photographed and then put into an interrogation room where the infamous video was made. This is the video that most people have seen. In case you haven't, Detective Dalton interrogates Ryan as a suspect while he currently has a bullet lodged in his brain. Ryan immediately starts acting odd and giving answers that don't make sense.
Oh my god, I could see on this side. Because at first, I thought that the one went through... When I first saw this whole case, I thought the one bullet went right through his nose. Because you can see an entry and an exit wound. If you go back. Right here. 2 dots on the side of his nose. Entry, exit. Pretty clean. Surprised his nose wasn't very shattered, honestly. But... I mean, he got shot point blank. I don't know. I've been to the shooting range, but I am mostly... I don't hunt. I don't like hunting, sorry. Well, I don't eat meat, so it doesn't matter for me. It doesn't matter what I think about meat right now. But I did like to... I had a compound bow, and I am a fan of shooting bows. Just target practicing. Super fun. You know, funner than guns in a way. And it's a very more naturalistic feel. But it just... I can't even with a gun see how it went. It went straight through his nose and into his eye. Was in there. And then he got shot again behind his ear. And I didn't know the second one. I thought it was a bullet that went straight through his nose and out. You know, boom, boom, out. And then a shot in the eye. But no, it was... Went through here, into his eye, 1. Number 2 was behind his ear. And I just saw that now. Like, the actual thing. Which would be this ear right here. Which had blood coming from it. Like, what is wrong with these people? Look at how it's... And he got shot over a day ago. He doesn't even know. The first time when he got put in here, he just moaned. And it was just saying that his head hurts, he's tired. Puts the handcuff on himself. Like, is being so passive and just trying so hard to answer their questions. It's just sad. And I've said this once before. I'm sorry I keep pausing, but I've said this once before. I went into a hospital once. I actually had a heart problem. I still do, but it's not a bad one, so don't worry about it. But whenever I first got it, I went to I didn't know what happened to me. I thought I had like a heart attack or a stroke because my face went numb and I had a lot of weird, crazy things, and I passed out. And I went to MedExpress because I don't like the hospital where I live at the moment, I guess. And they were like, they did an EKG and were like, okay, you have to go to the hospital. And then I was really freaking out because they said there's something wrong with my heart. So, yeah. Oh, God, that brings up a little bit of bad memories. My ex-boyfriend kind of sucked at life a little bit. He's doing better now. I guess that he's... Who knows, honestly. I'm not gonna say that. He probably still fucking sucks. Sorry, Jim. You suck. But I still love you as a friend. I'll still be your friend. We were together too long for that shit. But anyway, oh God, I can't even imagine. Like, this whole fucking thing. Like, I went in there for that. I mean, I guess it was my heart and everything, but like, and I was like mentally stable, but just I mean, I guess they maybe think that criminals, they just classified him as a criminal, and that was it. I don't know. It's so hard to know how people work. Like I said, some cops are just assholes, and they think they know everything. I don't know. It hurts to think about it anymore.
Before Dalton enters the room, Ryan takes it upon himself to put the handcuff on his own wrist.
Here you go, look. Got shot right here. Entered. Exited. Because exit wounds are usually bigger than entry wounds. There's something on my tongue. Ugh, there's a weird hair. Zero, is that your hair? And, yeah, so wherever it went into his eye, I don't quite know. I think there was a picture or something with his eye open. I don't think it even got him, like, right in the jelly of the eye, you know, like. But it did shatter, I think, his orbital socket, which is clear as day. First of all, okay, look at this, right? Yeah, you're saying there could be swelling, whatever. If there's swelling, though, all right, his eyebrow, this is a normal eye. I mean, I was a vet tech, and I went to medical school. It was for animals, but it's just very obvious to me that this is so misshapen, and it's a human eye, and I have never had to study human eyes. And not only that, but it's very obvious to me that something is wrong with his ear. You can just tell by the entire, I mean, wouldn't you just take someone on the account of their eye isn't even open? Did anybody open it and be like, is your eye even in there? I mean, nobody did. That's shocking. It's fucking shocking to me.
Nobody seems to question that, and maybe Dalton assumed a different officer cuffed him to the table, but an experienced detective should have picked up on his behavior.
Not only that, but the other eye was turning black.
Highest grade you went through school?
I don't know.
Oh, you went through this.
I don't know.
You don't know the highest grade you went
So confused.
through? Eighth grade?
Maybe.
Did you graduate?
Yeah.
Do you have a GED?
I don't know.
You don't know what?
I don't know. I don't know.
He really was trying.
I just want to go home.
Oh, you're not going to go home right now.
Why am I doing this to myself? This is the last one I have to watch about this.
So what?
What's the highest grade that you completed?
B?
No. Not grade, as in letter grade. I'm asking.
It just seems so obvious to me that he's fucked up in the head. Not just messing with somebody, but messed up. Even his mouth and the side of this face seems swollen. Like, I just don't know how you can just because you suspect someone of committing a crime. Because he was the only one in the house. He wasn't even the only one, actually. The other roommate was in the house, the girl, Alicia. But she had no idea, or so they concurred. But just because he had a beat up face, Zero, what are you doing? You don't go up here. You get down. Thank you. Good girl. But yeah, just because they suspected him because he had a messed up face, then he doesn't deserve any, like, basic type of human treatment. I mean, I know if you think someone's a criminal, but that's not how police are supposed to think. You're not supposed to think like that. That's profiling, basically.
Did you graduate high school?
No.
And the highest you went was 8th grade?
I don't know whether that's true.
Yep.
Do you know how to read and write, Ryan?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's painfully obvious that something is wrong with Ryan. He continually says he doesn't know the answers to simple, non-incriminating questions. Dalton instantly takes the position that Ryan is just being evasive because he's trying to not get caught for killing his girlfriend. Seriously, when he's asked what the highest grade he completed was, Ryan answered B. It's clearly not evasive behavior. It's head injury behavior. Like this.
What happened to your face?
I don't know.
You told the officer just a few minutes ago that someone hit you. Do you remember who hit you?
I don't know.
He keeps
I think
saying
it was Heather.
And you know what really hit me was, if you watch the last video where we watch the whole interrogation, he brings up Heather so much. And you know that's just because his brain is trying to process shit. And Heather was his fucking girlfriend. And of course he cared about her. So he's bringing that shit up. And he said he thought Heather is the one that hit him. But then, right after that, he says it was an accident. I think it was an accident. I mean, oh my God, it just fucks me up if you really think about what all this would mean.
Why would Heather hit you?
I don't know. It was an accident. I forgot why.
He couldn't help thinking about her, but said it was an accident when his messed up brain was...
What was an accident?
Blaming her.
Heather's last name?
No. What was an accident?
Heather hitting me.
What did she hit you with?
Her hand in the eye.
I mean, of course that's what your
Did you guys
messed
have
up
an
brain
argument?
would think. Someone hit
Not really,
you
no.
with your hand.
Not really?
I can understand the cop. I really can. But I'm just saying. Fucking get someone checked out. I've never seen someone look like that in my life. And then not take them to get looked at. What the
What happened for
fuck?
her to hit you in the eye like that?
She just hit me on accident. She was giving Christina a head.
She was what?
She was helping Christina with her hair or something. I don't know.
Who's Christine?
She's on the couch.
Christina's on the couch?
Dalton asked what was an accident, and Ryan said Heather's last name? He follows that by saying Heather was giving Christina head, then corrects himself that Heather was helping Christina with her hair. Within the first 20 minutes of Detective Dalton's interrogation, Ryan says he doesn't know what happened to his eye, Heather is Eric's girlfriend, he doesn't know who Alicia is, then Heather hit him in the eye, Heather is his girlfriend, then Alicia hit him in the eye. The injury to Ryan's brain has obviously affected his memory. He's accessing memories and placing them in incorrect scenarios, or he's accessing the wrong memory for the situation. At the end of the interrogation, Ryan mentions that he was born in Michigan. He wasn't. Dawn explained that Ryan was born in Phoenix, at the same hospital where he would be ultimately treated for his gunshot wounds. Dawn, his father, was born in Michigan, and it seems like Ryan is accessing that memory and describing it as his own birth. He's clearly accessing memories of Heather.
I'm sorry, that's my cat's fucking name is Phoenix because I wanted to move there when I was in college, and I don't know why I wanted to move there. I'm an idiot, I guess. But fuck. That's Heather, the girl that got shot in the head and died right there. And he covered her up with a blanket, Ryan, thinking she was asleep. Oh my God, this is so fucked up. I can't.
Doing someone named Christina's hair and putting it into the spot where his memory of December 25th should be. He also shows signs of aphasia. Aphasia is when you think of a word, but your mouth says something else, and as far as you know, you said the word that was in your head. Like, I say crayon, but my brain, as far as I know, said water. It could be single words here and there, or every word you say. Someone with severe aphasia might say empty full or table side chess, and in their head, they said, how are you doing today? This can be triggered by a variety of reasons, but head trauma and brain injury is one of them. With time, it seems that Ryan is able to start sorting out the memories and finally starts telling the detective what really happened.
He really does.
Well, these people came over. Richie and his dad.
And he says Richie's dad shot him. I can't deal with this.
Yours?
Go. They had
Then what
bows
happened?
and arrows and darts and shit, and
Oh no.
they got shot in their
Good
revolver.
example of aphasia. Ryan is thinking revolver, but his mouth is saying bow and arrow. It doesn't help at all that Detective Dalton is a horrible interrogator. He starts asking Ryan questions about Alicia, but he's calling her Ashley.
You know Ashley,
Oh,
she's
I
your
didn't even
roommate,
catch that.
right?
Mm-mm.
She stays in the next room next to you.
No.
No? Who
Never
is she
did.
then?
His daughter.
Whose daughter?
Richie's dad's daughter.
Is Ashley?
Mm-hmm.
Richie's dad's daughter. Richie's
I didn't
dad's
catch
daughter
that.
is Ashley.
And it's not even my job, but like, bitch, he did.
Man, I swear, I don't know. I just want to go home and go to sleep, man. I don't know.
Which he did for a whole day.
She came home at 9:30 and you answered the door. And you were look like that at 9:30 on Christmas Day.
For Ashley?
Ashley came
You
home.
don't know who the fuck
Okay.
Ashley is, you weirdo.
Murder.
You're telling me
Hold on.
Her name right. No, Ryan has no idea who Ashley is, you dope. And since Ryan has brain damage,
Fuck
he
him up.
starts putting random details together and says that Ashley is Richie's dad's daughter. Dawn told me that Ryan has a stepsister named Ashley, so he's connecting the name Ashley to being someone's daughter, but he's putting the information in the wrong places. And Detective Dalton's
Because the guy we're listening to right now is I restarted this. I forgot to say. Okay, hold on. If you didn't see, because I put this here and we searched for a couple things last video, but I've watched this channel before. This is Monsters, and this guy actually. I don't even remember Don. I'm sorry. I can't remember this guy's name that is talking, but. Anyway, here we go. Here's the channel. I've watched it before. He put it... Oh, right here. Okay. Look, the Waller family. This is from before. We've seen this. Giles. What a name. Giles. Is it pronounced Giles? Like Buffy the Vampire Slayer Giles? Because holy shit, Giles. Keep investigating. If your name is Giles, you gotta investigate. Anyway. Giles... Thank you so much for taking the time to get the truth about Ryan and Heather's story out. Hopefully there will be enough pressure on the city of Phoenix that they will do the right thing and give us a fair chance by getting this put for a judge and jury and let them decide there's wrongdoing by the Phoenix police. Yeah, there fucking was. I ask anybody who watches this to please just share this story as much as you can so they will have no choice but to give us our day in court. This was 5 months ago. The Waller family posted this. 5 months ago. Right here. So, fucking, I already liked it. Because, you know. But, help them out. Come on. This is bullshit. If you want to find it, like I said, this is Monsters. If you want to find this specific one that explains it very well. There's also, if you search Ryan Waller, interrogation room, you can find the interrogation story that I put up, which I forget who put it up, but you'll find it. What are you doing? Get down. Why are you jumping on there? Why are you being weird? Sorry, she's being weird. You're being weird. What? Is my rice beeping? Oh, I forgot my rice. But yeah, this guy, Crazy Toxic, said he's told the detective he's been shot in the face. And he does say, the detective says, if you'd been shot in the face, you wouldn't be here right now. Well, he was there right now. But the fact that you guys fucked up so bad, oh my god. Help me out, baby girl. Oh! Meg, I see you. Ow, you're hurting. Okay, baby girl, don't help me. Don't help me, you hurt. I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm gonna read this really quick. You can sit down if you want. Lay down. Go ahead. I was in neurotrauma nurse session. The fact that and lived long enough. I know. They need to fire some people. Pay that fucking... Oh, that was what I was getting to before. I forgot what I was saying in the middle of saying it earlier. But whenever I had that heart problem, this is what I meant to say. I went to the hospital in the town where I live, and they basically were like, what the first thing they do was, I said I had heart pains, and I said I couldn't breathe. And I gave them the medications that I was on, which I think at the time was 2. Nothing that really should have affected anything to do with my heart or anything. And they immediately said, okay, we want you to take a drug test, or we have to catheterize you. And I was like, bitch, I don't know what that means, but as far as I know, a catheter in animals is when we stick a tube up them so that we can get urine out. And if I want to pee in a cup, I ain't peeing in a cup. But you're still going to treat my ass because maybe I don't have to pee. Even if you catheterize someone, if they don't have to pee, they aren't peeing. And she said, well, we have to know what drugs you might be on. I said, I just told you. I'm here now for my problem. But the way that they handled it made me so fucking upset that I ended up leaving because why should I wait for treatment? I was actually having a massive panic attack, which ended up, I wish if I'd have known, I'd have sued their ass. But I was a dumb kid. But if I'd have known, I had a panic attack and it broke. What the problem was when I went to the ER, or not the ER. I went to something what we have here called Med Express, which is like an ER but a little bit less. Because like I said, I hate that hospital. As you know, this really reinforced why I hate it. But I hated that hospital. Went to Med Express, did an EKG. I said, I don't know what happened, but I'm still alive. I thought I had a stroke, but I don't feel very much different. I'm just very scared. And I thought I was having a stroke and a heart attack, but I'm still alive and it's been like 2 hours. So I was like, I don't think I did. I'm one of those people that won't go to the hospital for like any reason. I just am. It wasn't specifically because of the hospital at that time, but after a certain point when, I don't know, people got wind of what happened to me and the person that had to pick me up, talked to them, they were like, you need to go to the hospital now. So I went to the Med Express and gave me an EKG, said, okay, your EKG is not right. Go to the ER right away. So then I was freaking out. I was like, okay, something's wrong. I really did have a heart attack, or stroke. I don't know. My face went numb, whole entire face. It started from my scalp, it spread down to my face, and it seemed to stop right at my jaw. It was really weird. But, freaked out. I passed out. That was the first time. And then, when I got dropped off at the ER by my ex, and he didn't come in with me. I thought he would, but bitch went home because he's a fucking dick. I really didn't expect that. Maybe he didn't believe me because I'm normally a very stoic and strong person. I have no idea. You think that would make someone believe someone more, but doesn't matter. Went to the ER. They did that shit to me with the drug test. Pissed me off more because I was like, I'm scared now that something is wrong with me. I'm not going to take a drink and wait for you to start treatment so you can fucking take a piss test. Are you fucking kidding me? Get my shit checked out now. I'm in the ER, you idiots. I have chest pain. I was in my car when I blacked out. I was at a dentist. I think I swerved into a dentist office parking lot. And I stumbled inside. And then I blacked out. So I was like, and then I went to Med Express because I had someone pick me up. Because like I said, I'm an idiot. They called 911, but I was like, no, I'm going. It's fine. And I had someone pick me up and take me to Med Express instead of the ER, which was better because I figured out what was going on there. But anyway, finally, get to the ER. They do all this shit to me, fuck me up, piss me off. Already have a heart issue, freaking out. And they made me so mad. I told them all off and I left. And I said, well, you know what? If I die, I said, I just texted my family. Everything that happened, I sent them a video of you guys just now for the last 5 minutes being an asshole to me about my chest pains that I got sent here directly from Med Express, calling to say they're sending someone over with an abnormal EKG. And I end up having a bundle branch block, which I still have. It's a nerve in your heart that cracks when your heart beats too fast. I literally had a broken heart because of my fucking ex. Little bitch. You know, you're watching. I tell him off to this day. But, anyway. So, it broke a nerve in my heart. But if you know anything about heart muscle, if one of your heart's a muscle, but anyway, the cells contract. As long as something next to it hits electricity, the next cell will contract, which will contract to the next cell. They're very electrically charged. You're going to have to learn about yourself. I can't teach you. But, so my heartbeat is just off. It looks different on, when you get an EKG, there's like 4 different stages. On one of the 4, it doesn't do the PQRST wave. It does like an M, which is kind of funny because my name starts with an M. And so is my middle name. So I'm like, yeah. But, yeah, so that's what they sent me there for because it wasn't right. And I ended up leaving before I figured out what was wrong. And I told my family, I recorded it, and I said, if I die from a heart attack or something weird, sue this place and get you money. Get your money from this. All right? If I die, get your money. Because fuck that. And fuck this. And I hope they got their fucking money 5 fucking months ago. Oh, I can't even. They need to, fire some people and pay up because they worse than screwed up. Yes, worse than screwed up. I'm alive and they still screwed up. I still have problems and my hospital screwed up. But, oh my God. Yeah, of course, his damage. Oh, God. I think she meant to say was made worse. Because she said, and any reputable neurologist is going to tell you his residual damage wasn't made worse. But I think she meant to say was, because that doesn't make sense if she were to say wasn't. Made worse by the police's blatant mistreatment and neglect, because it was, and he may never fully recover. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, and some advice to Phoenix PD. If you need a strict policy on every person that looks injured. No shit. You can't trust your officers to have common sense or even remotely adequate eyesight. Yes, bitch. Yes. And honestly, yes to this too, because every time he says, I don't know, it really fucked me up as well. Oh my God.
Still doesn't realize that Ryan needs medical attention. He still thinks he's some hardened criminal who's trying to get away with murder.
You're telling me you're all over the board here, number one.
Yeah, he told you a lot of shit.
You're saying bows and arrows, you're saying revolvers, and you're saying some other thing, and you're saying...
Dalton puts his foot in his mouth by telling Ryan that if he had been shot in the eye with a revolver, he'd probably be dead. Well, he might be soon if you don't get him to the hospital.
And he is.
Finally, Detective Dalton pulls his head out of his ass and realizes he's a moron.
Let me see your nose. Put your legs down. Put your legs down. Bring your face closer.
Oh, my head hurts.
Oh, God. I can't even. Every time he says that, it fucking... Look, immediately he gets the fuck up and is like...
Yeah, be right back.
Be right back.
Dalton calls in the fire department,
right
who look at
back
Ryan
after
and
6
take him to the
hours.
hospital. During this time, Dawn is still at his house, wondering what the hell is going on with his son. He has no idea that Ryan is the suspect in a murder. He had no idea that Ryan had been interrogated. He doesn't get any news for about 3 hours.
7:04 in the morning, the phone rings, and it's St. Joseph's Hospital telling me he's in critical condition with a bullet in his brain. So I get to the hospital, and of course, he's in bad shape, and they can't operate on him right away because he has an infection that has set in because the bullet had gone into his nose and I guess may have taken some of the sinus fluids up into his brain. So an infection started. So they couldn't operate on him right away. So
It's already been a day that
they had to relieve
shot
the pressure on his
ago.
brain. So they weren't able
He
to
slept.
do the brain surgery until December 28th, which is
Okay. It's
about
3 days later.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they had to get the infection done,
Right,
and give him
yeah,
the
yeah.
antibiotics.
Yeah. Ryan was in critical condition and should have gotten medical attention immediately, but now that he's in the hospital, all of his injuries are discovered, including one that didn't come from the gunshot.
He had a bullet in his brain, 6 pieces of his eye socket, which was called a blowout on the eye socket, but 6 pieces of his eye socket were up in his brain. He had a fractured skull. He had a shot in the side of the head that just took part of the skull away, didn't penetrate the brain. And then he had a broken jaw. And the broken jaw, when I got to the hospital and found all his injuries, everything is done up here.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even know that. I haven't watched this yet. I have not watched this yet. And I said earlier, his fucking mouth looked puffy. Are you kidding me?
But the jaw is broken down here, and I had asked the surgeon, how did his jaw get broke? And the surgeon didn't have an explanation. He just said,
the
I have
fuck
no
would he
idea,
know?
but it's not from the gunshot because everything is
Yeah,
up here in his
'cause he
head.
got hit.
Well, in looking at the police reports, it shows that as in the police report, and when these officers made these reports, you know, they filed them when they were off their shift. So at the time these officers are filing the reports, in their mind, Ryan is the killer. So they're not trying to hold anything back. So they sort of implicate themselves because in one of the officers' reports, he says that as they go to the back door, that Ryan's at the back door and they're yelling at him, get on the ground, get on the ground. And Ryan's standing there saying, what's going on, what's going on? And the officers say that Ryan's not responding to their commands. So the officers said that they led him to the ground. Well, they don't lead anyone to the ground, they slam people to the ground.
Right.
So anyways, in the report it says that now Ryan is laying on the ground, his hands are underneath his waist, which also tells me if you're going to the ground and you're getting led to the ground, you're going to go like that to break your fall so your head doesn't hit the ground.
Correct.
If your hands are underneath the waist, you're going down to the ground.
Face
So
first. Yeah.
now Ryan is laying on the ground, his hands are underneath his waist, and the officer is yelling, get your hands behind your back, and Ryan's not responding, just saying, what's going on? And so the officer says that I took my thumb to his left jaw,
That
and there's a
fly is
technique that they're
bugging
trained to use, that there's a pressure point, that they can push a pressure point, which they can do that to make you succumb to what they're trying to get you to do. So the officer says he used this technique until his hands were brought behind his back and handcuffed, and they mentioned his left jaw. Well, Ryan says that the officer punched him in his jaw, but it goes to show you that whether he used the pressure point or he
That
punched him,
fly
that
is
they
a
broke
fucking
Ryan's jaw. So
menace.
not only had
You know what? Sometimes I feel bad for flies when they're in my house and I let them outside. But this fly is fucking menace.
Ryan been shot twice in the head from these guys and survived, but now he's getting punched in the face by officers and slammed to the ground while he's
Shot in
got
the
serious brain
fucking-
damage and catastrophic
How
damage
is
to his
this guy
brain.
Yeah.
talking?
Let's talk about therapy. You know, as a guy, mental health is always just brushed off. Why?
Bitch,
We all know it's a serious topic.
don't.
And in fact, us
I
guys
wanna
are
talk
the
about
least
therapy.
likely.
Okay.
The minute that the Phoenix Police Department came into contact with Ryan, they believed that he was a murder suspect. Even though he had injuries prior to their arrival,
them.
they slammed him to the ground, cuffed him, got him no medical attention, and interrogated him. Now, I understand that you need to assume that anybody could be a suspect,
trained,
but
but,
people are innocent until proven guilty, and even guilty people have rights to medical treatment when they're injured. Something that's proven in this photo of Larry Carver in a hospital gown, because when police attempted to arrest him, he ran and they sent the dog after him. Then they took him to the hospital and got him treated for his injuries.
You
Ryan didn't get that, and the Phoenix Police Department knew that they had messed up.
I hate him.
Ryan spent 35 days in the hospital, during which time nobody from the police department came to check on Ryan or ask him any questions about the shooting. During that entire time, though Ryan had specifically told Detective Dalton that Richie and his father had shot him and Heather, they made no attempts to locate either of the men. Richie, who used to live in that house, who had a very extensive criminal record, would not have been hard to track down.
Richie.
Then locating his father would have been just as easy, but they didn't. Two people who had murdered a young woman who was just laying on the couch napping.
Yeah, she was just sitting on the fucking couch, asleep. And they just shot her right in the face after they shot him in the face, coming into the house.
And attempted to murder a young man, then stole his belongings, were just out on the street, living their lives.
They murdered him.
The Phoenix Police Department had no problem with that. It wasn't until Ryan had been home from the hospital for 3 days that someone came to interview him. It wasn't Detective Dalton.
It was 2 days after Ryan got home that the detectives came, and then they questioned Ryan, and then it was 4 days after they questioned Ryan that they arrested Richie. And Richie had been arrested, and then it was maybe 7, 8 days later that Richie's mother and the wife of Larry went to detectives, and she said, hey, Richie's not the only one involved, my husband's involved, and she turned her husband in. And then they had found him a few days later and arrested him. So I think what happened was that she saw that Richie got arrested and thought, hey, that SOB is going to let our son take the fall for this, and threw their, his own son under the bus. So I think that's why she turned her husband in the first place.
Then she recanted, I believe.
Yes, it was a year and a half later. They were both going to get tried in the same murder trial. It was 3 days before the trial was going to start, and she went to the prosecution and she said, I'm not going to testify against my husband. I'm claiming my spousal privilege rights. And they had to delay everything. So everything got canceled, and then they started a separate trial for Richie that went on a month and a half later, and then that subsequently went on for a few weeks, and they found Richie guilty on all 4 felony charges, and he's serving life without the possibility of parole. So in the meantime, they had let Larry out because they felt that Ryan's testimony alone wouldn't be enough to get a conviction, that they really needed Richie's mother and Larry's wife's testimony to get a conviction.
Eventually, Richie Carver was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole for the murder of Heather Kwan and the attempted murder of Ryan Waller. Larry's punishment was not as easy. Larry's wife, Cheryl Carver, originally turned him in, most likely in retaliation for letting her son take the fall for the murder. She eventually recanted her statement, and Heather's family helped push through what became known as Heather's Law, which would allow an exception to marital privilege when one spouse voluntarily provides police with information about their spouse's involvement in a serious crime. Larry was finally sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole in 2012. Detective Dalton was no longer on the case. The new detective, Detective Porter, who interviewed Ryan 38 days after the shooting had happened, said that Dalton had a family emergency, and at a different time in court, someone said that he had been put on another case. Their stories didn't match. The main point was that they wanted to separate Dalton from Ryan in an attempt to distance themselves from the massive failure on the part of the Phoenix Police Department.
Just get rid of him.
This was not the only thing they would do to attempt that.
I don't understand why police do this. Just get rid of the dumb fuck that fucked up. People will trust you more. Is it not just fucking obvious? If people trust you more, not only will criminals know that you're on the right path, but you don't have to worry about shooting an innocent person because of them being just fucking scared. It goes through a very long, dark path. And just stop protecting your own just because of that shit. I don't protect... Some of my family did something fucked up. I don't give a shit. Sorry, my cat. I don't give a shit if they're my blood. You think I care? Those guys ain't blood. I don't give one fuck if someone is related to me. It's how they treat me. It's how they treat other people. Ow, baby girl, why? Come here. Zero. Come here. Come on. I don't give a fuck about how someone treats me. She just clawed me. It was so mean. You're so rude. Why are you so rude? Don't do that. She really likes... My computer turns colors at the bottom. She's having a fun time. You having a rave? Stop it. We're having a... I'm trying to get emotional here. But, anyway. I don't care. Someone's my family. Like, you fuck with me or you don't. It's that simple. And this police brotherhood shit, I'm so tired of it. It reminds me of, like, gang mentality. It's not even like, do they care? Those people don't even care about each other. But as long as they're in the same gang, it's fine. You know, help them out.
They also tried to claim that the shooting happened on December 23rd. This was an effort to put more time between Ryan being shot and Ryan being treated. Time that was not the police department's fault.
I don't know if I knew about
If Ryan was shot on the evening of December 25th, then almost the entire delay in treatment was caused by the Phoenix Police Department. If he had been shot on December 23rd, there would have been up to a 48-hour delay in Ryan's treatment, which was not their fault. The problem was that Ryan was shot on December 25th, and the police department knew it.
On December 23rd, Ryan was here most of the day because I was remodeling my bathroom, and he was helping me remodel my bathroom.
Fuck, I got it.
And
I'm sorry, I thought at least there... Okay, maybe there was one day.
he left the
I thought there
late
was 2 days,
afternoon
though.
of December 23rd and had gone home.
Oh,
and
shit.
I told him, you know, don't forget Christmas dinner, Christmas night, and everything was fine. I didn't talk to him on the 24th, but on the 25th is when I tried to call him for dinner. So on the original autopsy report, it had shown that Heather had died between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. December 25th. And I told you, we got there at 10 to 8 originally. So it was a precise 3-hour time frame that they gave us her date of death. And then it was maybe a month and a half, 2 months later, they came back and they said that, no, she passed away on the 23rd. But they're only going with that because that's the last time that anybody had contact with them. Yeah. But in my mind, it's not unusual for somebody not to talk to somebody, you know. Right. It just doesn't mean that. So they had ordered a pizza that night and had pizza, and the very last person that had a clean was a pizza delivery person. So they're trying to say it happened right after the pizza delivery person had gone there sometime that night. But Ryan himself said it was Christmas Day. The roommate that came home, and I even have her report, she said that she's pretty positive that this must have happened Christmas Day. So I'm thinking that the police just changed the timeline because the more that they can further themselves as far as when this happened and when they got into the hospital, then it's less off of them.
Heather's original autopsy listed...
I spelled Quan way wrong, like an idiot. Of course I did. But what I'm saying, should we have the same middle name? Oh, sorry, Heather. Broke our hearts to lose you, but you didn't go alone. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I really am. I'm such a sap. But, I'm such a sap baby girl. Yeah. You know I am. She likes salt, so she likes to lick my tears away. You little bitch. But, that's so fucking sad. Oh, it's so nice to have a kitty with you when you're sad. Emotional support kitty. Emotional support kitty? Yeah. Emotional support kitty. Oh, God. But yeah, they can tell. I mean, like I said, I was the anesthetist for 2 different, I don't know why people think that a lot of animal places are so different. I was the anesthetist for 2 different animal, ERs, I guess. And I have not only done exploratory laparotomies, I've done a lot. I've assisted in a good bit in a few years. But I didn't stay in that business just because I'm emotional. As you can see, I just teared up. So I had a hard time when people would want to put their animals to sleep versus just a lot of things, even when it was their fucking fault. So it was just hard because animals don't have voices, so I felt like I was their advocate, you know? So it was hard, you know? I tried, right? I tried, baby girl. I tried. Yeah, I did. I know. But I still try to help them all, you know? But yeah, I'm already like tearing up thinking about it and how sad it was, like, about all the things that the humans can do. No. Humans suck. You can only trust me. Yes, you can only trust me, Zero. But, fuck, what was I saying? I don't even know. Oh, yeah. They know what day she died. They ate pizza. They got pizza. Did they eat it? Of course they fucking did. You don't order pizza unless you got shot before the pizza. You're eating that pizza. I'm sorry. Who orders pizza and never eats it within an hour of getting it? Are you kidding me? No, you don't do that. Nobody's ever done that unless they've been killed in between. And in that case, she would have the remnants of what she ate. Sorry. In her stomach. So she would be their first big piece of evidence. And these guys, I hope they get their shit. It's only 5 months ago that comment was posted, but she died 2006. That's how fucked up this is. But if they ate pizza that night, her stomach would be empty if she got shot. Then, I mean, it just, you can tell. Like, we know this. Come on.
Her time of death is between 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. on December 25th, 2006. That's why that's the date that's listed in her obituary and on her tombstone. The time of death on her autopsy was later changed to reflect the possibility that she died on the 23rd. The night that Ryan was arrested, his roommate, Alicia, was also interviewed. Fortunately for her, it seems like they didn't assume she was also responsible for Heather's murder. Alicia said that she had just come home that evening, which would have been while the Wallers were out getting coffee, and she went straight to her bedroom. She didn't see Heather or Ryan when she came in, but she assumed that they would have been shot that day, the 25th. Then there are Ryan's injuries.
These are some of the pictures that they took of Ryan. These are their pictures. And one of the things that
I don't know how this guy stays strong. I really don't. I really fucking don't.
A surgeon told us that these weren't 2-day-old injuries because you can tell by in the color picture, you can see by the damage, but see the rawness of this stuff here?
Yeah.
This stuff here, if this was a couple days old, that would be scabbed over. That would be more than that. And that's the giveaway right there. You know, not only in coloring, but right there, that wouldn't be that light in color if those were older injuries. Plus, he still wouldn't be bleeding out of his eyeball.
The interrogation footage is grainy, and you can find a couple of pictures online, but Dawn had all of the pictures that the police took when Ryan got to the station. They have close-ups of the wounds, and you...
But it looks darker on the edges. Oh, God. I don't know how he didn't look crazier than this. I really don't. At least his nose. It must have just been one of them. I don't know. But still, you take them to the fucking hospital. What the fuck? I'm so sick of people, these fucking police taking these criminals. That supposed criminals. He's not even a criminal. This poor guy did nothing. And, oh my God, he lost his fucking life for it. I can't.
You can see the fresh internal skin in the gunshot wound in his nose.
Yep.
There's no scabbing or healing on
Absolutely,
the wounds.
I can
They are
see it.
not
It's
2.5-day-old wounds.
Shiny.
Detective Dalton makes it clear during Ryan's interrogation that he knows the shooting happened on December.
I'm also looking, if you can tell, if you know anything about pain, I guess, when people's pupils are dilated, you can tell if they're in pain more than in just a normal pupil set. It's not for everyone. It's you have to really have a standardized view of it, and since I'm not a human doctor, I can't say about that. I really can't. But I do want to say, if you look at my pupils at any point in time, they're normally smaller than what his looks like. And I'm pretty sure he's in bright lighting.
December 25th. Remember, this interrogation happened the morning of the 26th.
What happened last night? Do you know what happened in your house last night? What happened with you and Heather last night? And why would they come on Christmas Day?
Due to the negligence of the police, Ryan and Dawn sued the city of Phoenix and the police department. They felt that they were owed some compensation, most importantly for delaying Ryan's treatment of a gunshot wound to the head. There's no way of knowing how different Ryan's life could have been if his treatment hadn't been delayed by 6 hours. The Phoenix Police Department refused to take responsibility. First, Detective Dalton gave a deposition that included almost exclusively lies. The lawyer, Mr. Geisler, asked Detective Dalton if there was any particular procedure for their department for handling an injured suspect. Dalton claims that there's no standard and it's a judgment call on the part of the contacting officer. Dalton goes on to say, quote, "I would determine their state of mind. In this particular case, Mr. Waller is answering my questions in the proper manner that I would expect him to." End quote. Oh, really?
Do you have a girlfriend? No?
The only time if you look in my last video, I don't know if they're going to show it, but the only time he looks real is when they say, if Heather's the girl on the couch, she's dead. And he goes, Heather's dead? Oh my God. I'll cry, I can't, I'm emotional.
You know a girl named Heather?
Mm-hmm.
Is this it?
You know Heather's last name?
No.
Mm-hmm.
What is Heather's last name?
He says he isn't.
The one that lives there right now?
I guess, I don't know.
I think he's
If
thinking
her name's Heather, what's her last name?
I don't know which name she's trying to use as her last one. She's trying to have a real last as her nickname, so I don't know.
What nickname does she go by?
She probably wants the last name, Kyman.
Kyman? How would you spell that? With a K or a C?
K?
Keep going.
I don't know.
That's how I spelled Quan in my last video.
How old is Heather?
Sorry, Heather.
16 or 17.
Is she a white girl?
Yeah.
You say 16 or 17? Wait.
Keep going.
I don't know.
How old is Heather?
16 or 17.
No. Dalton, you didn't.
Is she a white girl?
Yeah.
Dude.
How did you meet Heather?
I've known her since school.
Okay.
I don't know.
You just known her from school?
She used to be a business name. I don't know.
She used to do a business name.
Yeah, what happened?
She used to be in my book named with business name.
Oh, okay. She used to be in the class, your business class?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, those seem like perfectly reasonable answers. Dalton also makes this claim, quote, "Again, I noticed an injury to his eye and that was it. Like what I would call a swollen black eye, an old injury. and at the time I didn't deem it necessary for him to have any kind of medical attention, end quote. Except this is from before the interrogation happened, while someone was photographing Ryan's feet.
Alright, do I get to go home?
And it says on December 23rd. Wikipedia, get your shit straight!
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
Fuck with me with
That?
Wikipedia!
Yeah.
Is it bad?
I'd say that's really bad.
Don't fuck with me.
I just want to go to sleep, that's it.
Oh my god, he went to sleep for so long.
If you have a concussion, you don't need to sleep. That's what the doctors will say. So.
I'm trying to
Detective
get your shit out
Dalton
there.
says in his
So
deposition that he makes the call as to whether or not the suspect's injuries are an emergency or not. If they aren't, he does the interrogation before he gets the person in question medical treatment. Mr. Geisler asked, quote, "How do you make that determination as to whether an injury is an emergency?" End quote. Dalton responded, quote, "Obviously for me, it would be unconsciousness, belated answers to my questions, reasonably, looking at the injury, obviously. He wasn't
Oh my god. I can't. I don't know if I can do this. I just don't know.
bleeding, it was scabbed. It was just my opinion, at first, it was a black eye." End quote. These are the pictures that were taken immediately before Ryan was
There's blood. How do you get a black fucking eye with blood I'm just sorry. How do you get a black eye that also has blood running down your face? I mean, I'm sure it can happen. I'm sure. But do you not think that, look, even this is swelling, which means that there's damage on this side of the face right here. So, like I said, this is a normal, mostly normal eyebrow. This, as you can see, is spread apart. Look at how much wider this eyebrow looks. Not only that, it's not straight across, it's dipping. This is damaged here. All of this is damaged right up here. And it doesn't matter, this is just skin, so. But you can still see a little bruise there. This is probably from the police, honestly, seeing as to how it's not blackened yet. So I suggest this was police. Depends. I can't say for sure. But see his jaw? Like I said, sounded like he was talking with cotton in his mouth. Yeah, it's because it was fucking broken. And I didn't even know that. And I thought he was talking funny. And I thought that just had to do with his brain injury. I mean, look, his hairline isn't even correct. Look at this. Like, are you fucking shitting me? I mean, has somebody seen a face before? Have they seen a symmetric face? Have they seen someone that looks injured? You don't get hit in the face lightly. Just a punch in the face may cause some people to eye bruise easily. But you know what it would take for me to look like that? Bitch, my ass would be at the hospital. I can't even. This is straight up shit. Look, bright light right in his pupil, and it's still this big. Still this fucking big. Like I said, pupils get dilated with pain. And I guarantee he was probably in a lot of pain. I'm sure his brain was trying to transfer a lot of things, but look at this ear. Look at this one. Things are very different.
Interrogated by Detective Dalton. This is exactly what Dalton saw while he was interrogating Ryan. Actually, what Dalton saw was better than these, because these are pictures of a photocopy.
Yeah, you can't
Dalton
really
could
tell.
see Ryan's injuries better than this.
They're
Not
wet.
bleeding? Does this look scabbed over? No, it doesn't. It's a fresh gunshot wound, just like this fresh gunshot wound. Detective Dalton was questioned by a different lawyer, Miss Bell, who asked him about what happened after the fire department arrived at the interrogation room.
I hope he gets
She asked,
fucked.
quote,
Hate him.
"Did they say anything to you regarding their observations of Mr. Waller and his injuries?" End quote. Dalton responded, quote, "They didn't think he was shot. My watching them, they said, you know, there's nothing really wrong with him. I said, well, you guys have to take him out of here, end quote. Let me give you guys a little tip about lying. Don't do it about something that's been recorded. Dalton's answer was a complete fabrication. The entire interaction between Ryan, Dalton, and the fire department was recorded. That recording is readily available. I won't play the entire thing because it's about 3 minutes long, but at no time during the recording do the firefighters say that there's nothing wrong with him. Actually, as they leave with Ryan, they say this.
Where are we going? We gotta go to the hospital. Get checked out, bro. Look like you got shot right in the face.
Detective Dalton goes on to claim that he had followed up at the hospital later and the doctor told him that it looked like it was only an assault and that Ryan was being rude to the nurses and staff. That's most likely another fabrication.
Yeah, that's fucked
Don
up.
said he went to the hospital as soon as he got the call and never saw any.
You watch the last fucking hour, the whole hour that boy was in there. He was trying to answer his question so nicely with the pain that he had.
Anyone from the Phoenix Police Department. Ryan was immediately determined to have been shot twice in the head. There is almost no possible way that a doctor at the hospital told Detective Dalton that.
Look at how much worse it is now. Can you tell? Can you see? Can you see? Why does this look not whiter than it did in the middle? It's called a scab, motherfucker. And why is this turning more red? He was, look at, I mean, just, I can't even. Was this after he had surgery?
Because Detective Dalton is a liar. He has a history of lying about details of cases in order to get his way. After interest in the Ryan Waller interrogation video started picking up, a young man, whose full name I won't use, but he goes by Roman, commented on one of the videos that he had also had a negative run-in with Detective Paul Dalton of the Phoenix Police Department. I was able to do a recorded phone interview with Roman, and he had an interesting story to tell.
I was at a house party, just doing the normal teenage thing. I was about 1 week from going to Fort Benning, Georgia, to go to basic training, and they were having a party for me, and an individual and his friends came and they crashed it, and they started shooting, and I ended up firing back, and I ended up shooting the driver of the vehicle and the main aggressor in the head, and he ended up passing away. I ended up explaining this to Dalton. I told him exactly what happened, and literally the first thing he told me was, "I don't believe you." He's like, "I think you're a liar, and I don't believe you." And then he's like, "What gang are you from?" And this and that. And I was just like, "Gang?" I was like, "I never said I was from a gang." And he goes, "Oh, so you're telling me that you went and you just shot these two people for no reason, no rhyme or reason? I don't believe that." And I was just like, "I never said I shot them for no reason. I've told you that." They came and they crashed this party. They started a fight. They pulled out weapons. They started shooting, and I ended up firing back. And like I said, right away, Dalton didn't even care. He didn't even want to hear the story. He had his own story made up in his mind, and was just like, "Well, I think this is what she did, and this is what I think really happened, and I think you're just trying to cover your tracks." And I was just like, Are you serious? And he was just like, "Yes, that's exactly what I think." And I was just like, "Well, I don't know what you want me to say here." I was just, I can't lie and make up a situation for something that didn't happen. I was like, "I don't know what you want me to say. This is what happened. That's all I can tell you."
Giles, I love you. It's getting late.
With Home Chef, you're not just home cooking, you're home winning. Our fast and fresh meal kits are as fast to make as they are fresh to enjoy. When it comes to making dinner, fill in the blanks with Home Chef.
This incident took place on March 8, 2012. Roman was 19 years old and legally owned the firearm. At this time, Arizona had both the Castle Doctrine and the Stand Your Ground law in place. The Castle Doctrine allows people to use deadly force when defending their own property, and the Stand Your Ground law means you don't have to attempt to retreat before you use deadly force to defend yourself. Both of these laws should have cleared Roman, but Dalton wanted him to be guilty. Dalton would go on to perjure himself by saying that the gunmen who arrived at the party were only firing in the air and Roman wanted to shoot and kill them. An investigation would reveal over 100 shell casings at the scene. Less than 10 were from Roman's gun. They also pulled numerous bullets out of walls that belonged to the offending shooters, proving that they weren't shooting in the air. Clearly, Roman must have been a bad kid with a rap sheet a mile long, right?
He thought I was just a gangbanger and this and that. And I was just like, I graduated with a 3.8 GPA. I graduated with all A's. I was in the JROTC program from my freshman year all the way to the senior year. I broke state records. Like, I've done so much in my high school career that it was ridiculous. I got first place national physical fitness test 4 years in a row. I got 2 certificates signed by President Barack Obama and 2 signed by Bush.
What? Okay, well, whatever. But honestly, okay, you sound like you might need to go to therapy. I mean, I know a lot of people put off things, they laugh, and I do it. And I'm sure a lot of people, whenever I talk, probably think I need to go to therapy too. So I might not be the best to talk, but yeah. Oh my God, it's like 52 minutes in me. 52 minutes with me has been like 5 hours. I gotta go. I work now. It sucks ass. It sucks balls and ass and tits and whatever else. But okay, I can't finish the rest of it. I'm hungry. Okay? I gotta sleep. Oh my God. I gotta get up so early. Holy shit. Okay. I didn't know it was this late. I thought it was like 10 o'clock. Whatever. But what the fuck? Why did it get this late? Oh my God, there's gonna be a part fucking 4. I can't. This is ruining my brain. I'm sorry. Goodbye. I remember the lock picking at the beginning of this story. Okay. Goodbye. I love you. Have a great day. Thank you. By the way, oh my God, I can't remember your name. I'm so sorry. I knew your name. You're from Turkey. I know you're from Turkey because I love you. And why wouldn't I remember Turkey? But thank you. You helped me with my bit rate. And since then, I've been doing okay. And I'm really happy about it. And I love it. So I appreciate the help a lot. I'm sorry I'm really stupid right now because I have a lot going on. My dad is not doing well, and this is so bright right now. I don't like it. But yeah, overall, it just fucking sucks. Oh, but please, listen, Ryan and Heather, their families, they would want you to get that money. I don't care. Like I said earlier, if I had died in that accident at the hospital, I texted my people with the video and said, if I die from a heart attack later, get you money. Get this family their money because I'd be dead. But get this family their money. I know they would want it. It's so fucked up. These fucking assholes. Oh. I can't. I'm so pissed. I'm just so pissed. It's really hard for me. Oh, I hate cops. But, okay. I gotta go. My hair is really weird. Oh my God. It looks so weird. I tried... Is it weird to talk about hair right after this? Yeah, it probably is. I probably shouldn't. I'll just tell you what. Just follow me on fucking Instagram. Alright, goodbye. Have a good night. Everyone except for those fucking police. You can have a shitty night, and I hope you have bad dreams. I will send them to you. I have very, very alert, long, and lucid dreams. So, bitch, I'm coming. I'll find you. I'll try. But good night, everyone else. And I hope you have a good night and good dreams. Bye. Love you. Bye.